Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to give you some tips to help you with your English language B2 level oral exam preparation. I'm an English and French teacher and also an examinator teacher. So in my videos I try to help students from all over the world to prepare to their language exams. An oral exam takes roughly 15 to 20 minutes. This is the time span that you have to show that your knowledge of English is really at B2 or C1 level. In this video, we will focus more on B2 level, although some of the tips might apply to the C1 as well. So tip number one, when your answer is too short. And we are talking about conversation questions or short questions. Typically, they are at the beginning of an oral exam. In this case, you are not expected to talk too much. You get a simple question and you have to answer in 2, 3, 4 sentences. Now, example question. What kind of films do you like watching? Wrong answer is, oh, I like everything. Well, right, it might be true, but the mistake is that your answer is too short and it doesn't make a good impression. Instead of this, if I were you, I would say, oh, I like everything. For example, I like science fiction films, or I fancy science fiction films and adventure movies because I like the spectacular special effects. Also, sometimes I like to watch, I don't know, other movies if the cast is cool. You can talk about romantic comedies, historical drama. You can enlist some types of films to show that you know about films. So you give an answer, but you also say why. Next tip number 2 is when you get stuck, what can you do? Well, it can happen to anyone. If you get a question which is personally for you is surprising or confusing. First thing is prepare with some fillers. What are some fillers? Expressions like, oh, it's a tricky question. Let me think. It's on the tip of my tongue. Wow, nice. So you remember something, you can't find a word, and instead of saying, you say, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Nice. Now, anyway, what is even more important is to improvise. Question, example question. What do you do to keep fit? Well, this question can only be confusing for you if you do nothing, because your answer will be nothing. Instead of this, I would say the following. Well, I'm afraid currently I don't do much for my health because I'm a bit snowed under with school assignments, but I really would like to take up a sport, and a sport like running or tennis, and set up a balanced diet, right? So if your answer is no or nothing, you can still talk about something that you would or could do anyway. And this is a chance for you to still talk about the topic and show your nice vocabulary. Tip number 3 is when you get to these situations. At some language exams you have role plays or situations. When you get this exercise, you have to interact with the examinator teacher. You have to know all those fancy everyday English expressions. You have to know how to apologize in English, how to ask for a favor, how to turn down an offer politely, how to suggest something, suggest a program, ask for advice. Well, this could be a whole new video. Maybe one day I will do it. So you have to know this. Well, you have to have a good skill for improvising. And also, again, don't give too short answers. For example, your neighbor would like to borrow your car for the weekend because his car broke down. And for the weekend, don't forget. Wrong answer here. Yes, of course, here you are. No problem. Well, this is extremely kind of you if you do this. It can be real, in a real life situation, but at an oral exam, it kills the conversation, and the role play would end very soon, and you didn't really have the chance to show how well you communicate in English. Now, instead of this, these requests are a little bit far-fetched, you understand. These are aimed at you to provoke and make you, well, object to it, okay? So if I were you and someone would ask to borrow my car, no way. But anyway, I would say, I'm afraid I can't lend you my car because I also plan to go away with my family and I need it. In this case, the examinator teacher can come up with another idea and you can refuse again, or you answer something else. But anyway, the role play situation, the conversation goes on and lasts for a couple of minutes, and it will be nice and you can make an impression. And tip number 4, when you get to a picture description or a monologue of 2 or 3 minutes, typically the task at the end of an exam where you have to speak for like 2 or 3 minutes without interruption. You have to speak fluently, use a wide range of vocabulary and, well, nice grammar. Don't hesitate too much. You are given a time limit. Don't use this time for because it's not good. Don't derive from the topic. What does it mean? If you, for example, if you get the task to talk about the childhood memory which had a big impact on you, then don't go on and listing a lot of different childhood memories which were really nice, because your task was to pick just one and talk about that. What happened, how you felt about it, and just talk about that. Okay, another thing is, within those 2 or 3 minutes, sometimes it's a good idea to fill up that time with simple things. Like, for example, that day we met with my classmates quite early at the railway station because the journey took 3 hours and we didn't want to waste the whole day. Everyone brought some snacks like crisps and biscuits and fruit and chocolate and fizzy drinks, so we were having fun. So this was a sentence where I talked about a lot of simple things and it seemed like I was talking continuously, fluently. Quite simple things, but after this, the more complicated things will come to your mind and you will be able to talk fluently for 2 or 3 minutes. Now, these are some of the tips that I can tell you about the oral exam. If you know some further useful tips, please share with us in the comment section under my video. All in all, you have to practice at home. You can practice with some online oral exam sample questions, or you can buy some preparation books. Sit down with a study partner. This is a fantastic way to practice and it doesn't cost you anything. If you don't have a study buddy, sit down and record your voice with your phone. Listen to it. Maybe you will spot some mistakes. You can retake the same questions. You can do better. So I hope my video is useful for you. Give me a like if you think so, and subscribe if you would like to get some more contents like this from me. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a very lucky and successful exam. Goodbye.